thank you for joining us here on the Neutral Zone. I am Phil Milani, joined as always by my partner in crime, my esteemed colleague, sort of just the guy this time of year that I want to be doing a show with. It's at Aric DiLalla.
Phil, if the Mile High City is a little bit foggy on Sunday night, if there's some snow in the forecast, which there might be,
yeah.
If it's a bit blustery,
ooh, blustery, yeah.
I'll help guide us through the dark evening toward a dub.
So you're kind of like the Rudolph.
I'm like
of
the
the
Rudolph
Broncos.
of the show. Yeah, you could be Santa.
Well, I could be a fellow reindeer. Or,
okay, which one would you be? Probably Dasher, right?
I'm not sure. On Comet?
Yeah.
I don't know.
On Comet, on Cupid, on Donner and Blitzen.
Yeah.
Dasher, Dancer. I think Dasher's
one
nice.
of them is always mispronounced. I think it's a little bit off.
Oh, Vixen? Maybe you're Vixen, huh?
Blitzen. Yeah, I don't know. I forget. Yeah.
The Broncos could be Blitzen this week.
Yeah, they could be, yeah.
Yeah. No, I think Dasher, a little nice
Dasher's
quarter
nice,
zip.
Yeah. Dasher, yeah. Yeah, it could all be nice. Whichever of the reindeers has the nicest hair, that's sort of the one I want to be, yeah.
I think in the Santa Claus.
Yes.
The movie
with Tim Allen.
Our friend Tim Allen.
I think he lived in Colorado for a little bit.
Did he?
Yeah, I wonder if he's a Broncos fan.
Still good. He's still okay, right?
I think
Some of these old movie stars, you
I
never
don't know.
Okay, maybe not friend. Just he's in the movie.
He's in the movie.
Comet's kind of the silly reindeer in that movie, right?
Maybe that could be me.
Comet's
sort of silly.
No, I think maybe Ben Swanson could be Comet.
Oh yeah. Swanson, come on out.
Swanson?
Oh no.
What?
No, we still decided that it's too risky.
Okay. Yeah.
It didn't quite work last week, but
as we said,
there are other factors.
Yeah, as we said, the Broncos have been winning when he's not here, so we have to at least keep that the same and see if we can get back to what we were doing before.
We have to control the variables.
That's right.
Kind of
it's like a science experiment.
Yes.
We have the hypothesis.
Yeah. I'm surprised, honestly, as Sean hasn't brought it up in one of his press conferences. Like, hey.
Well, he mentioned the Lions thing way back when we talked about it first here on the Neutral Zone.
That is true.
And so maybe saving Swanson.
Maybe like one of our friends in the media.
Yeah.
Like a Chris Thomason or like Brandon Cristal, somebody like that.
You're
really
like,
what's the deal with
dear friends, I would say.
Yeah.
Reindeer friends.
Yes. Say, hey, notice that Ben Swanson has been missing. How has that impacted how you guys get ready for the game?
That's true. Yeah.
Could be coming up.
Not listed on the injury report.
It might be.
Not required.
Really? It's not. Yeah, it's not required on there. Yeah, healthy scratch, Ben Swanson. He don't talk about injuries though, so maybe that's why he hasn't.
Oh, that's maybe why. Yeah,
that's maybe why he hasn't brought it up. So, anyway, big game.
Christmas Eve.
Christmas coming in. The New England Patriots.
Ooh, Tom Brady?
No, Tom Brady. No. Tom Brady's not been there for 4 years now. Aric.
Hard to believe.
3 of those years, including this one, the Patriots have not made the playoffs. So, makes you think.
Is that true?
I read it somewhere.
Okay.
So
they made it Mac Jones's rookie year. Is that correct?
I believe that's the only year that they made it without
Buffalo,
Tom.
maybe, and got smacked around.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So I believe they made it one of the non-Tom Brady years.
Are the Patriots a rival?
Well, I think that anytime a team has as much success as the Patriots did there for that stretch where they were automatically playing in the AFC Championship game, you tend to create that rivalry with them if you're good as well. But I don't think inherently that's like a rivalry.
Yeah.
So no Tom Brady, no more instant AFC Championship level type of success, no more hatred, I don't think.
I think there was a Peyton Manning, Tom Brady rivalry that maybe was kind of the overarching.
And I'll say Mike Shanahan always seemed to have the Patriots number. I don't know the exact record there, but there was a good chunk of games where Jake Plummer was consistently beating the Patriots. Regular season, postseason, it didn't matter.
Benjamin Watson.
I believe Tom Brady threw his first interception against the Broncos of his career. Obviously, the Champ Bailey play.
2 AFC championships in Denver.
2 AFC championships. So that's a Peyton Manning. So, but yes, there's been a lot of success there. After Peyton retired, the Patriots beat him a couple of times. But
yes,
I do think that there's no longer that sort of rivalry there.
It used to be the Broncos and Patriots would play every year because of the scheduling formula.
They were both first in their division.
Right. And it's been a little bit now. I think 2020 was the last time they played in New England. And the Patriots have not been to Denver since 2017.
The Broncos won that one, right, against Cam Newton.
In 2020.
In 2020.
2017, bad.
Yeah, 16 bad.
16 bad.
15.
Bad. 15 good.
Double good.
Early 16 good.
Oh, yeah. Early 16.
January 16 good.
Yeah.
Jan 1-6.
1-6, yeah. That's true. That was good.
And Phil, the Broncos need a
win.
They need it.
I don't know if, Eric, I do think you're this type of a person, but if you're a next-gen stats kind of a person, they've crunched a lot of the numbers. They've put it into their machine.
The cruncher.
And they said, okay, crunch for a win.
You put your abs in that thing too, or what?
Yeah. Well, I kind of power it.
The next-gen stats number cruncher is powered by your abs.
Correct.
Makes sense.
You know, like sometimes there's like a mouse wheel.
Yeah.
You know, if that powers some things.
Yeah, you're just...
I'm just doing crunches that powers the machine.
Yeah, wow. Yeah.
There's an old Sports Center commercial where Lance Armstrong is like riding a bicycle.
Canceled.
Power goes out. Like, hey, what's the problem?
Oh, that's why.
Have you seen that? Yeah. And then he's like, oh, sorry, I thought the building was empty.
Oh.
And he starts going again.
This was before the cheating?
That was before that, yeah.
Got it.
That's when everybody loved Lance Armstrong.
Yeah.
Still a funny commercial.
Yeah, that's true. But makes you wonder now how the building was even being powered.
Yeah, exactly. What was really running the building. Yeah.
Same thing with your abs, huh?
No, clean here. Clean. Yeah.
All natural,
they call them washboard for a reason.
Oh, yeah.
Clean. Yeah. Anyway, with a win, Eric, I believe the Broncos' chances of making the playoffs, 32%.
Yep.
That's just after just this game.
Right.
So they win out, obviously, these things all change. But
higher.
Just looking at this game, 32%. If they lose this one, Eric, goes all the way down to 3%.
Oh.
3% is almost, I just kind of just go round it right into zero.
Yeah. I mean, when you're talking about milk percentages, it's bad.
3%?
It's
that
close
would be
to
good.
It's close to 2%.
Which would be good.
Right. But I'm saying when your playoff chances are about the same as milk.
Yeah. Oh, you don't want to be milk.
Good.
Yeah.
You want
to do like whole milk, full fat.
Cream. Yeah.
Rises to the top, Eric.
It does.
Yeah.
Of course, the Broncos are getting cream back this week, potentially.
Sean Payton did not make it immediately clear.
I like that.
Yeah. Keep them guessing. Yeah. It was not made immediately clear. Phone calls from the neutral zone were not immediately answered.
Yeah. Request for comment was denied.
Yeah. So, Eric, this is about as close to a must-win as it gets.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I like it that way.
Russ said, hey, this is going to be a magical atmosphere. Back at home. Snow's falling. Primetime game. Prime. Let's go.
Prime's going to be there?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. He's busy with...
He's in L.A. or something.
He's busy with the national...
He's in the portal.
11-10. Yeah, he's been dominating the portal.
Yeah.
So we'll see. High school class kind of small for Sia this year. Just a little.
That's for later.
Yeah, that's enough.
I like this environment, this situation. You know, if you win these next three, in all likelihood, you're going to get into the big dance, as they call it. The college football playoff committee can't keep you out.
They can't.
And that's good.
Yeah.
There's clarity there, right? You don't have to worry about, if we beat the Lions but lose to this, just win. Just win.
Now that could get a little muddled going into the final week. We're going to be.
What I'll say is, and we can talk maybe later, Phil, about who the Broncos fans should root for this
teaser
week.
Pack.
But there's about an 80% chance right now that if the Broncos win out, they'll get in. And
the next gen.
And it's not
simulator. Your abs run the simulator.
You don't. Yeah, a lot of work there. It's not like you need Nebraska to beat the Eagles or something. Again,
that is true.
Fake game like that.
Yeah.
You just need some realistic things, a couple of realistic outcomes to go your way.
Highly probable.
And then you'll be okay. So focus on your destiny, win these games.
Take care of your own business.
Yeah.
See where the pieces lay.
Yeah.
The dust settles.
You're like, you're a child, right? And
I understand. Keep going.
Your parents are telling you to do something, and then your siblings like, oh, mom said you do that. You say, worry about yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Worry about yourself.
Yeah. This isn't your problem. Stay in your lane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of where the Broncos are right now. They just worry about yourself.
Stay in your own lane.
Do your own thing.
Yeah. There's solid lines on
Stay
both sides.
them.
Yeah. Don't change lanes.
Yeah. Don't.
No indicator. Turn signal.
Don't use those.
Don't use those things.
Yeah. They don't really do anything.
Do you say indicator or turn signal?
Definitely do not say indicator.
I say indicator.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Nobody says indicator.
No.
Yeah.
That's a little bit, those are your British roots coming out.
I guess. I don't know where that comes from. Yeah. I'm not sure. So
people don't know that Prince William and Prince Harry, right? You were the third brother, but they
don't
talk about you.
Yeah, I'm sort of like the other Manning brother in that situation.
Yeah, Cooper.
Cooper.
Yeah,
Cooper Manning. Yeah.
You're like that.
Exactly.
You're kind of like just
forgotten.
Just the hair in the side of the photo.
I had sort of like an injury. I couldn't be in the royal family anymore, and they kept going.
They're trying to hold you down.
They wore my number to keep going. I mean, they took the crown that I used to wear, and then they were like, "I'm going to wear this crown." And
they made it a little bit smaller so it fit their heads, and then they wore it.
Yeah, then they wore it. Yeah,
but that's why you say indicator.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a very similar type of family.
Yeah, of course, if you're down near Atlanta, someone calls you, they say, "Where are you?" You say indicator.
In Georgia. Yeah, in Georgia. Yeah. Of course. Yeah, indicator.
That's where you're, the East Coast.
That's true. In the South there, they do say that. Eric, on this episode of the Neutral Zone, though, I thought maybe we could talk, Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Still a Belichick team here. The Patriots, they've just won 3 games, Eric, but still the defense.
Good.
Since week 10, Eric, I'm not sure if you're familiar with this thing. Since week 10, they've given up just an average of 14.2 points per game. That is number 2 in the NFL since that time.
Who's won?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's not relevant.
That's not the stat.
That's not relevant.
Sorry.
Yeah. So this is a great defense. Okay.
Okay.
And I will say the Patriots have lost 3 games this year when the opponent has scored just 10 points or fewer. Sometimes fewer.
Sometimes.
Yep. Could you imagine losing a game where you only give up like 6 points? That's happened to them. That's happened.
The Raiders could imagine that.
They can imagine the 3.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true. But then they explode for 60-something.
I think last year the Broncos could imagine that, right?
Yeah, maybe in years past. Yeah, but
against
not
the Ravens,
anymore.
maybe
not anymore.
They could imagine that.
Can't imagine it. Not anymore.
Not anymore.
No.
Last year, yes.
Last year. So this is still a very good Patriots defense.
Oh yeah.
And they're going to take away the number 1 option. This is sort of a hallmark. Vic Fangio loves Hallmark Christmas movies. This is a Hallmark
reference. Okay.
Sorry, old reference.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
I said Vic.
Vic reference. Yeah, it's an older one.
Yeah, that's okay.
NC Nation knows what I'm talking about.
If Bill Belichick was trying to take away the number 1 option on this podcast, who would that be?
I don't want to get into it.
Okay, sorry.
Maybe Ben Swanson. Yeah.
We've taken it away.
We've already taken it away. Yeah, we've already taken it away. He's going to try and take away the number 1 option, which Sean Payton sort of hinted is Courtland Sutton.
Yeah,
talked about it.
Can't guard court.
Yeah.
I think
10 touchdowns this year.
10 tubs.
10 tubs down.
If he has 1 touchdown for each toe that he has down.
Exactly. Yeah, he keeps them down.
Stay down so they don't have to get down.
Correct. 10. All of them. 10. So
some people have 11.
He's going to try and take that away, which means some other guys are going to have to step up.
Yep.
And we're going to tell you who needs to step up. We're going to tell you who it is. Then, Eric, we're going to talk about the rest of the league. Who needs to lose?
The Patriots.
What are we rooting for this week?
Root for the Patriots to lose.
Who are some of the other games? Hey, there's some Thursday night football going on. There's some Saturday football this week.
Thursday's not really relevant, but it exists.
Well, I'm just trying to say there's a lot of days of football this week.
Yeah, Monday.
There's a Monday.
I think there's 3 games on Monday.
That's Christmas Day.
I don't know that.
I think there's 3. I believe there's 3. Of course, last year the Broncos played on Christmas. Did not go well.
No. I think that's a fair assessment.
I forgot about that one.
People have said that to me in the last few days. Like, oh, last year
you don't remember that.
You guys were traveling on Christmas.
Blacked it out.
You were, you had the game there.
Like, we did?
I'm like, what?
I don't remember that.
My brain has legitimately just gotten rid of that.
What kind of complex is that? I forget what they call that.
I don't know. survival.
We don't remember that.
Somebody even said L.A. and I had to sit there and think because I was like, we didn't play the Chargers on Christmas.
Yeah, that's true.
It took me a good minute to be like, oh, the Patrick Star.
So you were doing like a mini crossword puzzle during that time, and
yeah,
then
it took me like 5 minutes.
Got it. Yeah, got it. Took some time.
I don't know if any listeners do the mini crossword, but let us know. Let's say
put a comment
Thursday. Comment what your mini New York Times crossword time is for Thursday.
Yeah.
We'll let you know.
We've recently discovered that some people within the organization could do this thing in like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Including Eric is very fascinating.
Yeah, thank you.
I choose to keep mine private. I tried to keep my times private. Let's just say that.
You don't want to embarrass
I'm more
anybody.
of a connections man.
Yeah, you make connections.
I make a connections.
I'm a business man.
Business.
Yeah.
You're a businessman?
No?
Are you a businessman or a business?
I'm a business
man. Yeah, of course. So we'll talk about the rest of the league, and then maybe, hey, say the Broncos, some sort of a Broncos figure.
A what?
Like a Broncos, like sort of just like, let's say if the Broncos as an organization was one person, like a figure.
Okay.
Like a figure. If they came down the downstairs and under the tree Christmas morning, found a gift there, what would it be?
Just one gift?
Well, we're gonna
unwrap one.
We're gonna unwrap one.
Ooh, maybe you ever do like on Christmas Eve, you get to unwrap one.
I've never done that, but I know some families do that.
Some people are doing it. I'm not doing it.
I would never do something like that, but some families do that. You do that?
So maybe, well, Santa hasn't come yet, so no.
Yeah, but it could be like from someone else.
No one else gets me anything.
Yeah.
Just Santa.
Yeah. I haven't put anything under the tree this year because I think my kid would just go over and rip it all open.
Yeah, so. My dog was trying to open some presents.
See? It's dangerous.
Kind of the same dog, kid, all the same.
Same sort of thing. Yeah, my dog would do the same thing too.
But yeah, maybe it's like Christmas Eve. You get to open one present before the game that you could use that night. What would it be?
Oh, got it. That night.
One figure.
Yeah. I'm not sure why I set it up that way, but it sounded good.
Yeah.
Like a Broncos figure.
Like a figurine.
I don't know what it was. Yeah.
Well, that's a lot of topics considering how much nonsense we've already had.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, we've already mentioned it's an interactive show.
That's right.
The mini crossword comment with that. Where should they comment? How should they comment? Eric.
Oh, good point. Well, normally we'd mention that you can leave an email at neutralzoneshow@gmail.com. You can call in at 707-NEUTRAL. You can tweet at us on X at Aric DiLalla with an A, at Phil Milani with a PH, both non-traditional spellings. Since we would normally do that, but we've talked a lot of nonsense. So we
keep going.
We'll talk about the Broncos YouTube page. You can leave a comment, hit subscribe, and we'll read it right here on the air now.
We'll do that right now. Okay, this first comment is from Mick Mac Sauce.
Mick Mac.
Okay. I'm not sure what that means, but it says, you guys are our everything too, through the good and the bad all these years. Lol.
What?
I'm not sure what lol means, but thank
that
you very
was such
much.
a nice comment.
It was a nice comment.
And then he just hit us with a lol.
I think maybe he means like just some bad, through the bad times lol, like laugh it off a little.
Or maybe it's some like, sometimes men have a hard time sharing their feelings.
Oh, that's
maybe
true.
He was just trying to be, maybe, I don't know if Mick Mac.
Hey, it was a sincere comment, but like, hey.
But yeah, dial it down.
Just put a lol.
Like, love you, bro.
Yeah, bro.
No, you can't just say I love you.
No, that's true.
Say love you, bro.
That's true.
So maybe Mick Mac.
Yeah.
Hiding his emotions with the lol.
Sure, it's possible. This time of year, though, I feel like
Mick Mac also might not be a dude.
Mick Mac. You never know. You don't really know. Rocky Sud says, snow cap week, huh? Ooh. Oh, the helmets. Really a big fan of the new helmets. Is there a possibility we could get a white blizzard uni for next year? A white blizzard uni for next year? I don't know.
Who knows?
We'll have to see. They do, of course, wear white when they go on the road.
Yes.
But I wouldn't describe it as a blizzard.
My understanding is that to wear these helmets, you have to wear them with the alternate uniform, which is a color rush. You can petition. I think the Bengals did that to wear their white helmet with their all white uniforms. But don't know. Of course, Phil, it's very difficult to get these helmets. I had to go into the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah, into the ice caves. Into the ice caves.
And up in Silverthorne, they have the ice sculptures. They weren't very happy. I was just chipping away at them. I was like, is there an extra helmet in here?
Yes.
So who knows if I can go find them again.
To the top of the highest mountains.
Yeah. What is the tallest mountain in Colorado?
Mount Elbert, I think. I think. I don't know. Don't hold me to that.
I think Swanson's
he's climbing
uncle.
it right now.
Right. That's true. In honor of his Uncle Albert.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
That's why he's climbing it.
Yeah, he's climbing it. Yeah. He's looking for the uniforms. You found the helmet, he's going to try and find a uniform.
Yeah.
White Blizzard. I kind of like that. It's a blizzard. Mike in Paradise says, take all the emotions from the loss to Detroit, put it into the Patriots game. Play hard, finish your tackles, and score a lot of points.
Good ideas.
I like that.
I will say that there wasn't like disappointment or like disbelief in the locker room after the game. Like they weren't.
You gotta
down.
believe right now.
They weren't down. They were angry.
Oh, they were angry.
They were kind of like the C's.
Oh, that day.
Yeah. They were
like an old man trying to return some cold soup.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that. The Broncos were like the C's were that day.
Angry that day.
Yeah, they were angry.
Yeah.
So I think they'll be fired up and ready to go back at home.
Okay, I think so. Yeah. Jay Prez Bronx says, all right, we can let Ben back on the show now.
Nope.
We've already been over that. Well, how do you feel about this one? This was on Corey Johnson.
New commenter?
Better show than usual. Better show than usual.
I like that.
It's kind of a compliment and also a dig.
Yeah, I like that. That's nice, Corey.
I will also say it has 5 thumbs up. So
thumbs ups? Thumbs up.
Thumbs ups.
No, I think thumbs up is right.
And then our friend Barry. Okay.
He leave a last name this time or no?
No, just Barry on here. Yeah. It says Linger. I think we were saying, hey, we can't let this loss linger.
Yeah.
Linger, a good song by the Cranberries. Bad suggestion after Saturday's loss. Linger.
Also a nice restaurant in downtown Denver.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I guess not downtown. The Highlands.
Yeah.
Not a sponsor.
I like the Cranberries, though.
But they could
That's
be.
a good band reference. That's why I really comment. I like that.
I've never heard
You don't like that? Let it linger.
Nope.
That's a good band.
Kenny Chesney do one or
no?
Okay.
No. Kind of a complicated lyric, so maybe it's just right over your head. Can't handle that.
Are the Cranberries in the truck?
Cranberry? No truck, no dirt road. There's not. Yeah, I don't.
Oh, the song's not the Cranberry. The artist.
The band is called the Cranberries.
Oh.
The song is called Linger.
Some of these band names, they're just like, what should we be? They're walking through the grocery store. They see some cranberries. They're like, what do you guys think about being the Cranberries?
I doubt that that's how they came up with it.
Well,
yeah. I believe the band's Irish.
Like
Irish.
Arctic Fox. Isn't that a band?
Arctic Monkeys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, what if we were like monkeys, but we were in the Arctic?
Oh, you think that's how they came up with it?
Yeah.
It's possible.
Or Smashing Pumpkins. They're trying to come up with a
Great
band around Halloween. They're like, what should we do with these leftover pumpkins?
Oh,
Smash
yeah.
'em. Boom.
That's true.
Guys, we should start a band.
That's true. You can come up with you could come up with it anyway.
Kenny Chesney makes sense to me.
Oh, just a person's name.
Yeah.
But he's not in a band.
No, but he has band mates.
Yeah. But that's not a band name.
Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Simpler times.
Yeah. Cranberries are an older band, though. That's
Are
like
they?
a 90s band. Yeah.
Oh,
The lead singer recently passed away.
do they make sauce? Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. So
R.I.P.
I don't know if they make sauce. I'm not
Maybe
sure.
like a gelatin.
I don't know the origin of
origin story. Okay, we'll have to watch.
I recently found out that gelatin is made from animal bone. It is not a vegetarian product.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did your wife tell you that?
No, I was looking it up.
Oh.
Yeah.
Has your wife been because your wife notably?
Pescatarian.
Yeah.
But
animals.
Animal bone. Yeah, no. Because I was looking to try to make some whipped cream, Eric, for the holidays.
Uh-huh.
And sometimes your whipped cream can kind of get, the air can kind of come out of it if you leave it for too long.
That. Yeah.
Like a few days. So you're trying to do a make ahead. So in order to...
Doesn't whipped cream take like 15 seconds to make?
Yeah, but what if you want to put it in a cake, like you're trying to make a layered cake or something, try to put some layers of whipped cream or something?
Okay.
Sometimes people put gelatin in that.
Like a cranberry cake.
Into your whipped cream, and then it'll hold for a long time.
Yeah.
But I was like, I was trying to figure out how to do this because I'm going to try and make a little Christmas cake. A bûche de Noël.
You're doing what to Noel?
A bûche de Noël.
Oh, God.
This is you kind of make a cake that looks like a Yule log. You know what a Yule log is?
Like. I do know what that looks like.
You roll it up.
Uh-huh.
And so you put this whipped cream in the middle of it and you roll it up. But I was trying to make it a head, so I'm not spending all day Christmas doing this.
Yeah, you don't want to be spend too much time on a Yule log.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So some people put gelatin in their whipped cream to make it hold, but I'm not going to do that.
Would your wife have known?
I don't think so. Well, she might have known. I might have gotten away with putting it in. She would know that gelatin was made from it.
Oh, she would have known that. She would have been like, "What's in this?" It would have been gelatin, and then you would have been in trouble. Okay.
Coal. A lot of coal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the side for this episode. The more you know.
That was interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Or if I did know that, it was kind of like lingering and a part of my brain.
Nice. Wow. Look what you did there.
Word of the show.
Wow. There you go. All right, Eric, let's get into our first topic here on this episode of the Neutral Zone. A lot of people just joining us now. Fast forwarding to the time codes. Really helpful.
Yeah.
We're talking about what players need to step up for the Broncos, assuming that Bill Belichick and the Patriots defense try to take away Courtland Sutton.
Yeah. And I will say to start, I liked what Courtland Sutton said Wednesday, which is you still have to do your normal preparation and be ready in case there's one play or there's a certain situation where they don't, double cover you, don't bracket you, and leave you kind of in a more normal traditional coverage. Yeah, you got to stay ready, be ready, put in the work you would normally put in. People shouldn't feel like Courtland Sutton is just going into this game assuming he's not going to make an impact.
Yeah, I'm not going to do anything.
That said, I think it's got to be Jerry Jeudy. We saw him have a much more productive game last week against Detroit, started the game off well. He's kind of Russ has talked about how at some point they're going to need Jerry to make plays. They're going to need to rely on him. This feels like a game where if they're going to take Courtland Sutton away, this is a run defense that is very, very good and will not let you run the ball very well. And even if the Broncos want to run the ball, you've got to pass the ball better to get teams to back off the line of scrimmage a little bit. That, to me, screams Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah. I think that, in terms of a weapon, I might say, whoever's playing in that tight end position this week, I think that could be big. Because I was mentioning this to my friend Ryan Harris.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, what do you think that if Belichick tries to take away something, what do you do? And he was like, well, in that AFC Championship game, Owen Daniels caught 2 touchdown passes. Patriots trying to take away Demaryius Thomas and Emmanuel Sanders.
So they did 2?
So they did the Owen Daniels, and he did 2 touchdowns.
But the Patriots took 2 people away?
They tried to take 2 away. Sometimes when they were really good, they were taking 2.
Not supposed to do that.
Yeah, it was just supposed to be the 1, but... So I do think that tight end position might see a little bit more action.
So you're saying Lucas Kroll?
Lucas Kroll maybe, and Adam Troutman maybe.
Of course, as we're recording this, we don't
exactly know what's going on.
Greg Dulcich should not practice Wednesday, but
the foot.
But we don't know what his status is for this weekend.
So I do think that position could get a little bit more attention. And then surprisingly, I think L.J. Humphrey. Has been stepping up, I think, a little bit. That was a nice touchdown, a little jump ball. I think that was on 3rd down, Eric. I think.
Yes.
And there was pressure coming up on Russ's face, and he just kind of put up a little bit of a jump ball there. And LJ, I think, did a nice job, boxed out his defender, caught the ball, made a nice catch, and I think that he had a play before that on that same drive where he had a big play. So
I thought it was over the shoulder, was it not?
It was kind of like he had to kind of shield the defender a little bit.
Got it.
And then they went up, and then it was a contested catch.
Got it.
So he kind of did a little floater.
Yeah.
Nice, easy, catchable ball out in space, but you kind of had to shield your defender. I don't know if you would call that a traditional jump ball, but it was a contested go up for the ball situation.
Yeah, I think one thing to remember, because people might say, okay, well, is it Marvin Mims? Is this the week that he gets a chance?
Yeah.
The Patriots do a really good job of not letting you get chunk plays or
no big explosives.
Right. And so this might be a game where you don't get a chance necessarily to throw the 50-yarder. And again, I assume at least once or twice the Broncos will take their shots.
You got to try.
But this might be a game we haven't seen the Broncos throw it much intermediate wise, 10 to 20 yards, but some of these quick passes, get Jerry Jeudy in space. That to me feels like something they tried to do a little bit more in the second half against the Lions, where they worked the middle of the field a little bit. That feels like maybe an opportunity to get some things going if they're going to double cover Courtland or shade a safety over or something along those lines.
Yeah. That was sort of my thought in terms of the weapons, but I think ultimately for this Broncos offense, when it plays its best football, Aric, I think it really starts up front. And last week, the Lions were getting a lot of pressure on Russ. He was taking some shots. I know that those guys take that personally. I know that they take it personally when the Patriots come in and they're like, we're not going to be able to run the ball. What are we going to do? They're not going to be able to do anything on the ground. These guys take that personally. And we talked to a lot of them in the locker room, Aric. Sir Lloyd Cushenberry III, Mike McGlinchey. These guys are all talking. Quinn Minor's talking. And I think that they have a little bit of an edge this week, especially after what happened against Detroit. I expect them to come back and bounce back after that performance. And I do think that for the Broncos offense really to get going, it's going to start up front with those guys.
What's interesting is that the Broncos, during their 5-game winning streak, played a lot of good defenses and had success. And then we entered this, kind of the final 6 games of the year, starting with Houston, and there were a lot of graphics and things like that posted,
statistics,
of like, oh, the Broncos are now playing some not so great defenses, and the Broncos have actually struggled a little bit more. The last great defense that they played statistically was the Cleveland game.
Yeah,
and we entered that game, and the people said, oh, is this going to be 10-0,
Myles Garrett's going to go great. Yeah.
How do you stop Myles Garrett? How do you run the football on these guys? How do you sustain drives?
You got to do it.
And the Broncos, kind of dominated at the line of scrimmage. I think they took it personally. Garrett Bowles shut Myles Garrett down. And the Broncos had a lot of success. They ran the ball really well against Kansas City when they were here, another good defense.
Yeah.
And so I wonder if, when you hear about when these guys just hear so much about this is a great defense, you're not going to be able to do this.
Can't do that.
If they take it to another level and find a way to have success. And so we've seen them respond against some of the best defenses they've played, and hopefully that happens again here.
Yeah.
Certainly, I think if you can get, in that game against Cleveland, we saw Russ run the ball at times.
Yeah.
I wonder if you go back to that. Got to find a way to get the run game going a little bit. Yeah,
and I think that starts early, Aric. I think you say, hey, we're gonna be committed to this run game. I know that they have a good run defense, but this is something that we got to do. I think that's sort of got to be the mindset for the Broncos. And start it early. Say this is going to be a physical game. This is how we're going to play. And, Javonte Williams is taking a little heat this week, Aric, just in terms of his yards per carry. And Sean Payton has defended him, saying, hey, these are in certain situations where, the defense knows they're going to run the ball. Some situations where you're just trying to get the line to gain, that type of thing. But he's taking a little bit of heat. And I think that we've seen with Javonte, when the hole is there, he's hitting the hole and he's getting through. It's just the last couple of weeks, there hasn't been much available there. So I do think that for this Broncos offense, it starts up front.
Yeah, and Javonte, I think I saw a stat among qualified ball carriers. He's has a second lowest yards per touch or something like. So it's been a little bit of a struggle here of late. I think the nice thing is that when you play the Lions, for example, and they, you stop them a couple times early, but then they get rolling. Yeah. And you're down 14, you're down 21. You've got to go away from the run game. Yeah. You don't want to discount this Patriots offense by any means. I mean, they did score 20-something on the Steelers. They were able to take advantage early and build a big lead. So they're certainly capable of doing that. But I feel like against this offense, which does rank last in the NFL, right, in scoring offense. Yeah. You might be able to be a little more patient and stick with the run. And even if it's not working early, if you're averaging just a couple of yards per carry in the first quarter and the second quarter, well, stick with it. And in the third quarter and the fourth quarter, maybe you find more success. And Russ has said a couple times this season, you've got to be patient against certain defenses and know, hey, it might not work here. It might not work now, but you keep plugging away at it and it's going to work. And I asked him, hey, you said that after Cleveland, you said that after Minnesota. Is it the same type of thing here? And he said, yeah, that's a good comparison. That's a kind of a similar mindset that we have to have. And so I agree with you. Get the run game going early, but even if it doesn't work initially, I think you've got to stick with it and just know that, especially if it snows, even if it's just cold, this is going to be kind of a smash mouth, grind it out. Maybe it's an ugly style football game. Could be low scoring, especially early. But just stick with it and have faith that your style of football, don't turn the ball over. Your style of football is going to win out in the end.
And so you asked him that, huh?
I did. I asked him 2 questions.
Doing some hard work.
2.
Wow. 2. Almost like the Patriots in the AFC Championship game. 2.
2 touchdowns.
2. They took away 2 options.
Yes.
We could talk about Jerry a little bit more, though.
Sure.
Your initial answer there, just coming off one of his better games of the year, had that nice opening play, the slant across the middle. What do you think is going to take for Jerry to kind of be able to be that impact player in this one if the Patriots decide to take Courtland away?
Well, I think, one, you've got to get him involved early. We talk about the run game, but some early targets could help.
The mentality,
Sean has talked before about some guys, you've got to get them involved early. And I think Jerry might fall in that category. Just he heats up if you, I think back to, was it the Chiefs game last year, the Chargers game? When you get him involved early, he can have big games.
He's like a shooter in an NBA.
Yeah. You let him get hot. I think the other element of it is if you go to Jerry early and have some success, you might force the Patriots to say, okay, well, should we change what we're doing? Do we stick with double in Courtland? And again, we're just kind of guessing here what they're going to do, right? They could easily say, we're going to take away Jerry or we're going to take away the run game and force Courtland Sutton to beat us.
Yeah.
So we don't know exactly. We're just kind of speculating based on what Sean Payton has said a little bit, what his guess is. And so, I think get Jerry going early and get him in space. And, I think our perception from watching, Phil, is that yards after catch haven't, you watch and you don't feel like that's been a big part of this, but then you look at some of the numbers and the Broncos are actually near the top of the league in terms of yards after catch. So let Jerry kind of get in space, make plays, and see if you can break off 1 or 2.
I think a lot of those stats have been generated from short passes that have been designed to get the blockers out in front and a lot of the screen game type of thing. So, but yes, I think getting Jerry the ball early will help him get into the game a little bit and just be an active participant in this one. So, assuming that the Patriots try to do that with Courtland Sutton, I do think that could lead to some things. So,
and I think the Broncos do enough things well, and especially at home have shown that it might not always be perfect, but they're good for a couple touchdown drives a game. They're good they're good in the clutch. That you should have enough on the offensive side of the ball, assuming you don't turn the ball over and you
clean,
and this defense can bounce back to where it played before Detroit. That you should be in good enough shape to put yourself in position to win this football game.
Yeah, and
go ahead.
Take advantage of the opportunities you do get out there. You know, when you get near the goal line there, gotta score tubs.
Yeah.
You just got to do it, Eric. That's one thing that we've seen with this team. Just when they get a little too close, it's hard for them to punch it in sometimes.
It's kind of like when you go to the grocery store and you're looking for some margarine. And you're like, do I get the little jar or do I get the tub?
Oh, exactly.
Like, for Christmas dinner, you got to get the tub.
I got to get the tub.
It's kind of like that. Yeah. Like that. You don't want to be that close to the margarine and not get the tub.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I came all the way here to this butter section, and I get a little, I don't need 3. I don't want 3. I need the whole tub. I need the whole tub.
Would you rather get 3 small ones or the tub?
The tub.
The tub.
I take the tub.
Better deal.
Way better deal.
Helps you out in the end.
Yeah, exactly. So I do think that that's going to be a big deal this week for the Broncos.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So get it done. Let's get it done. Let's see what happens. So, Eric, moving on to topic number 2 here, talking about what other games Broncos country is going to be watching.
You love the schedule.
I'm a big fan. I know that.
Pull it up for you.
Oftentimes, Eric, when I'm sitting on my computer and I'm just grinding away and I'm just doing a lot of work, and I'm like, Eric, hey, what do you think about this? Like, do you like this? I'm going to do this with some reporting work here, and I'm just mixing it up. And you're like, sorry, I'm busy. I've got the simulator over here cranking. I see a little smoke coming up from your desk. Yeah. I'm like, what's happening over there?
Like, is there a new pope or what?
Yeah, it's the simulator.
Yeah, that's true.
The operations people in the building are coming over. They're like, we're having power failure. What's happening over here? The Excel bills have gone up. We're getting close to the playoffs.
We're excelling.
And the simulator is going.
That's true. Nonstop. So always cranking out numbers.
What are some of the games that we need to be paying attention to here?
Yeah. Well, so the first game of the week that matters, because there's a Thursday night NFC game, not really.
That doesn't matter. I don't care about that. I don't care.
Saturday at 2:30.
Oh.
Maybe you're at the dentist.
That's possible.
Cincinnati at Pittsburgh.
Oh, yes. This is sort of the real Sunday night football game this week. I believe that's an NBC broadcast.
Yes, that's true. It's a real Sunday night football game on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
It kind of.
This one is kind of you pick what you want. Because you need each of these teams to lose one more time over the final 3 weeks.
Yep.
Cincinnati still has a game at Arrowhead next week.
Oh.
And then they host Cleveland to finish the year.
Oh, so maybe win this one.
Maybe they win this one. Pittsburgh, meanwhile, goes to Seattle.
Oh.
And then they play Baltimore. I believe it's in Baltimore.
Oh, so you could, whatever happens, happens.
Whatever happens, happens. Next game, Buffalo at LA. The Chargers. It would be great if the Chargers could win that game.
Let's get it done.
Maybe get an interim boost. So cheer hard for.
I love an interim boost.
What's his name?
I'm not sure who's.
Ad or something?
Oh, yeah. GIF?
GIF.
GIF,
I think it's pronounced Jeff.
Jeff?
I think so.
Oh, I don't know.
If the Chargers could somehow pull that upset on Saturday night, that would be spectacular.
Tremendous.
That's on Peacock, so I don't know if anyone will see it, but
oh, jeez.
Just kidding.
Not a sponsor. Well, maybe. I don't know.
Actually, might be.
Yeah.
Oh, we love Peacock.
We love the Peacock.
Great colors.
Yeah. Oh, some of the best.
The plume.
Some of the best.
The plume. Sunday before, I apologize to Peacock. Sunday before the Broncos game, probably the most critical one is Cleveland at Houston, Phil.
Critical.
Yes. We talked about you don't need something crazy to happen down the stretch. This is one of those that feels pretty important.
Oh, okay. Tell me it.
If Cleveland wins,
good,
they pretty much solidify their hold on the number 5 seed, which is fine. They're a full game ahead of everybody else.
Yep.
Houston, though, would drop to 7 losses. And then that Houston-Indianapolis game, which is the last week of the season, essentially becomes an elimination game for one of those two teams. You don't have to worry about one of them. And so that's big for the Broncos. If Cleveland can get a win, I think it boosts their playoff odds by like 7-8% just on that game. From what we're hearing so far, it doesn't seem like C.J. Stroud's going to play. The Texans are a little beat up. Yes. Could be the matchup of two former Broncos and, like you said, Joe Flacco for Cleveland. Case Keenum. Sorry. For the Houston Texans. So if Cleveland can win that game, that would be huge. If there's one result this weekend you need.
That's a big one.
That's it.
We're big Joe Flacco fans for this weekend.
We loved, Joe Cool, great hair.
Yes, he is a huge fan. We're a huge fan of his haircut.
Now need a big win. Yep. If Houston wins that, then you need Cleveland to lose another one down the stretch, which would be tough. I can't recall off the top of my head next week's game. I don't think it's particularly difficult, but they play Cincinnati the last week.
Oh, okay.
Another sneaky good one.
Oh,
Jacksonville at Tampa, Phil.
Oh.
Trevor Lawrence in the concussion protocol.
He's had a tough stretch here the last couple of weeks.
With some injuries.
Yeah. And they've not been looking as good as they have.
I think they've lost 3 in a row. Is that right?
They looked good at the beginning of the year.
Recently?
Not as good. Not as good.
If Tampa can beat Jacksonville, that throws Jacksonville back in the wild card mix. I think Indianapolis would take the division lead. And I think the tiebreakers work out well for Denver, so cheer for Tampa there. For the last one I'll bring up, just because I know your eyes are just glazing over.
What's happening?
The Miami-Buffalo situation is interesting.
Oh, very interesting situation there.
If Miami beats Buffalo the last week, the Broncos are totally fine.
Last week of the season.
Yeah, last week of the season, week 18.
Yes.
If the Broncos win out and Miami does that, I think it's like a 99% chance the Broncos win. What gets tricky is if Buffalo wins that game, then the Broncos could be in some trouble. So what you want, in my opinion, is for these next 2 weeks, Miami hosts Dallas and then goes to Baltimore. You really want Miami to lose both of those games.
So they're playing hard for that last week.
Well, one, so they're playing hard, but also there's a certain scenario where if Miami loses to Buffalo that night, they could be knocked out of the playoffs entirely.
Oh.
And so then the Broncos obviously, they wouldn't have the head-to-head if just they are tied. But if there's 3 teams tied,
tiebreakers,
then the first one is not head-to-head. That'll be interesting to watch. You ultimately want Week 18 to go Miami's way, but if that doesn't happen, you kind of need a backup plan, right?
Want them all the way out.
And so it's better for, like you said, one, for Miami to play hard that last week, But just that's one to keep an eye on. But Cleveland, Houston is probably the biggest one.
That's a big one. Wait, so Miami plays Dallas this week.
Yeah.
Got it. And dude, you mentioned a Buffalo game?
Yeah, Buffalo plays at the Chargers with
our
friend.
That's right.
With
yeah,
our friend
early. Yeah, you did. Sorry.
Other AFC games that, the Raiders play the Chiefs. It doesn't necessarily matter at this point. I mean, the Chiefs can clinch the division with a win. It would take a lot for the Broncos to win the division. Still, I'm not sure that's realistic. But Baltimore at San Francisco. You probably want San Francisco to win that just so Baltimore has to keep trying against Miami and Pittsburgh.
Yeah, but they got the number 1 seed on the line.
Yep.
First round bye.
There's a lot going on.
So 49ers play Baltimore?
Yeah, they host
That could
Baltimore.
be a little Super Bowl-y.
Monday Night Football.
That's the number 1 seed in each conference.
It's a nice
nice
matchup.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's
I think you could go a little crazy talking too much about it, but that's sort of the gist is that the Browns Texans game.
That's big.
That one's big.
Yeah.
That one's big.
Because if Houston wins that, their playoff chances are really good.
Yeah.
And then you would be counting on Cleveland really to fall apart. And Phil, you're also, again, like you said, you can get a little lost in the sauce per se.
Could.
But if Cleveland wins and a couple other results like the Tampa one go your way, you could still be talking about Denver getting the 6th seed. If Jacksonville falls off and Indy wins that division, there's a very real scenario that Denver could be the 6th and go to Indianapolis in round 1.
Wow.
I would sign up for that.
Oh, yeah. Of course, I think you would. That would be better than like a Miami or a Buffalo or something.
Oh, don't want to go back to Buffalo.
No.
So
you might go for a week that time.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Snow and lake effect. Maybe
you beat Buffalo and the next game is like in Baltimore. You just stay
there. It's really a 2 week.
I'm like, what do I do about my dog? They're like, don't worry.
No. That's playoffs.
Yeah.
You don't have a dog in the playoffs.
I'll see you in March.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's true. I'll pick you up for the parade in February.
Oh, yeah. You get on the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What sound does a fire truck make if it's going
a Wii U?
Okay.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's right. So, would you say you'd be waiting all day for Sunday night this week, or you're not? Probably not this week.
Thank you.
No.
I don't think that. Maybe you're just waiting. You're waiting on Sunday all day
for a nice contest. Yeah, for a contest on Sunday.
It's not technically Sunday night football.
No, but while you're just there,
I think they're calling it the Holiday Classic.
Oh, really?
Kind of sounds hockey-ish to me, doesn't it?
That does, yeah. That sounds like the outdoor game, maybe.
Yeah. The Winter Classic, is that what they call those?
Yeah. Those are nice.
They're like, let's play an outside hockey game in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Yeah, a little melting going on.
Yeah.
Kind of a frosty situation.
They're kind of walking around. They're not even really skating at that point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's true.
It's kind of like you could put on the rollerblades.
Yeah, exactly.
Just play.
Oh, that'd be fun. Roller hockey?
Oh, I don't know.
The roller rink in Raleigh, Phil, is called Jelly Beans.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know.
Spent a lot of Friday nights there.
I'm into Jelly Beans a time or two.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah.
Okay, and then our final topic here is just if the Broncos were to open a gift.
A figure representing the Broncos.
Figure that represents the Broncos.
Figure.
Sort of like a hologram, maybe?
Yeah.
From the future. If they were to open a gift, you got something?
Well, is it like kind of like an Obi-Wan Kenobi situation?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. And they came downstairs. Santa's, of course, dropped off some gifts.
Yep.
Because the Broncos have been good this year.
Right.
On the nice list, if you will. And there was one particular present that was right there. What would it be for this Broncos team?
Yeah, Phil. What would you say? What would you
it's
say?
Sort of a nice question.
What would you say?
It kind of all comes together nicely. I would say maybe like let me see how I want to. It's kind of a good question,
It is, yeah.
Because I would have said, some of these other results go in their favor on this weekend. Yeah, we already talked about that. Let's see, maybe a nice 100-yard game for like a Jerry Judy, something like that. Yeah, maybe like
you started with Court, and then you're like, no.
Well, I don't think Courtland's had a 100-yard game either this year.
He has not. I believe his last 100-yard game was last season against the Texans in week 2.
Oh wow. Yeah, I knew. So then I was like, oh, maybe for Courtland that'd be nice. But then we just talked about how they might take that away.
Yeah.
And you want a gift to be relevant.
That's true. You don't want an irrelevant gift.
Yeah. So maybe like a 100-yard game with a nice bow on it for Jerry Judy.
Okay.
That would be a nice Christmas gift. Or something for the Broncos offense, maybe like some sort of a something to protect the football.
Oh.
You know what I mean? No turnover.
Maybe like some sticky gloves.
Some sticky gloves, yeah. Something to protect the football.
Yeah. That's nice. I'm going to say if they unwrapped one thing, it would be maybe like a some sort of spa, like wellness kit.
Oh,
the Broncos have been, not.
Oh, so you're talking about a real gift, an actual, not a 100-yard figure.
No, yeah, I'm doing a real one. Yeah, that's stupid. Okay.
Sorry, that was stupid.
I don't know. Silly, I think, is what we say on this podcast. The Broncos have been very healthy this year. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. Knock on wood.
And maybe just kind of like a wellness day, a spa day could keep you feeling nice. I think you look around the rest of the NFL.
Yeah.
There's backup quarterbacks galore playing. A lot of teams have lost key contributors. The Broncos, for the most part, have had their guys. And
they had an extra day off this week.
Had an extra day off.
Nice
got some
day to relax.
R&R.
Yeah.
I think that could be good for charging them up for the rest of the season. And, maybe you use some of those, maybe like a nice little acupuncture set or something. Ooh. Keep yourselves healthy here for the stretch run because as Garrett Bowles said after the loss to Detroit, we're still 6-2. If the over the last 8, if the Broncos make the playoffs, it will mean they've gone 9-2 over their last 11 games. They'll have won 9 times.
9.
And so they'll have some momentum that's real, and I think they'll have been one of the more successful teams. If you can be healthy going in, that would be critical. So something nice, little spa kit or something.
Maybe what if I said then if you're talking about a real thing?
2 gifts.
Yeah. In addition to the gloves, that's more like a stocking stuffer.
Oh, sorry. They didn't really unwrap that. So in addition to the gloves and the 100-yard game, what's the real thing?
The 100-yard game, I was just mostly joking.
Mostly a joke.
Yeah, mostly joking. Maybe I'd say like a nice suitcase.
Oh.
Because they've just been on the road three weeks, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, I've been on the road for 3 weeks. I've seen some other teams have some really nice suitcases.
Why do they see other teams' suitcases on the road?
They see them, okay? And so then they're like, it'd be nice if I had a nice suitcase. And you're like, oh, well, you only have one more road trip left this year. Well, if they make the playoffs, they'll be going on the road again. You'll want a nice suitcase for that.
Okay.
So maybe I'll say a nice suitcase.
Yeah, because when they traveled,
when
they went to Detroit, they saw all the Detroit Lions players' suitcases.
Yeah, Eric. Sometimes they do that.
Got it.
Sometimes you got to bring, even if you're at home, sometimes you bring your suitcase to the game.
You never know what you might just have
kit,
to.
Maybe a nice.
Oh, a nice
you know what I mean?
kit.
Yeah, because after the game. Yeah. Even if it's at home.
Our friend Ike might get an op kit,
An op?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Help him fight off those ops.
That's true. Yeah, he's out there struggling. So.
That's true.
Stocking stuffer, definitely sticky gloves.
Definitely, yeah, sticky gloves.
Hard to get out of a stocking, of course, because it's just sticky.
Can you imagine?
A lot of stickiness. Yeah. But and then to open up a nice suitcase.
Yeah. Imagine trying to eat like a little peanut brickle or something with a sticky glove.
A peanut what?
A brickle?
I think it's peanut brittle.
Is there a brickle?
I don't think there's brickle.
You don't think so?
No. I don't think so. I believe that's peanut brittle.
Okay.
No bricks involved in this. Are you Googling it?
Yeah.
And what do the results show?
Oh, buddy, you are wrong.
Are you serious?
Brittle might be a thing too, but a brickle is a chocolate-coated toffee. So I think you can have peanuts in there.
Brickle?
Yeah.
Did I just make up the brittle? That would be really bad if I just did that. That would be bad.
If you search
peanut brittle, I think is a thing.
I could be wrong. Oh, when you type peanut brickle, it autocorrects to peanut brittle. But brickle is a thing too.
Sad day for you.
Confusing.
It's sort of a sad.
Maybe
Google was like, you certainly aren't trying to say brickle.
Nice tie. A good tie there.
Oh, you get a new tie?
Yeah, for us.
For the post-game press conference, you get a tie? After a big win for the
we're
Broncos,
going
you put
back to
on
the
Utah.
stocking stuffer. Yeah.
Exactly.
I think Brickle's a thing. According to Google, there is a
maybe in the South.
That's true. You don't really
regional
know.
type of
Regional
dialect sort of situation.
You just kind of all sounds the same.
That could have happened. Yeah. Eric, any shout outs?
Oh, man. Shout out to NZ Nation. I hope everyone has
happy holidays.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays.
Oh, yeah.
Hope no matter how you're receiving your gifts, you
it's true.
Get what you want.
Maybe a Broncos dub. Maybe that's number one on your wish list.
Maybe it's some Brickle.
Yeah, could get some Brickle. I don't know.
Could be good.
Yeah. Could be shaping up for a little bit of a white Christmas around here, possibly.
Snow game?
Possibly.
Yeah.
A little too early. According to the forecasters I follow, they're like, it's Thursday. It's way too early to talk about Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah. I'm like, well, that's not very helpful.
That's sort of what forecasting means. But
4
I
days
guess that's not what you do.
4 days casting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Chris Bianchi.
That's pretty much the number one forecaster.
That's the guy. If you're talking about guys that talk about weather, he's the guy.
Yeah, of course. Some people might know if you're not into a huge weather person, Chris Bianchi used to cover the Broncos on the radio.
Yeah.
So maybe that name sounds familiar. Shout out
to Chris. I think it may be his first shout out here on the Neutral Zone.
I wonder if he listens. Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
He would have had to listen for a long time to get to this.
Although I need details for Saturday and Sunday.
I do like when he's
big like, travel weekend.
He's like, it could be anywhere from 2 to 12 inches.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's 2 inches, and people are like, "You idiot!"
He said, "Hey, I give you a 10."
It's within the range.
It's kind of like if we were on here and we're like, the Broncos can win or lose. We'll have to see.
50-50. There's either going to be snow or there's not. He should do that.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, Denver, it's either going to snow or it's not. 50-50 chance.
Back to you guys. You're like, what? 50-50 chance. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because 2 inches, Eric, that's not really making that big of an impact.
No.
They put down the salt and the chemicals on the runways. The planes are landing. Travel.
The sleighs.
They're clearing out the
chimneys.
The chimney. Santa's fine.
Yep.
12 inches? Rudolph's having a harder time with 12.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's blizzard conditions.
Blizzarding.
It's harder to see. Visibility becomes a problem.
Yep.
So
that's true.
Russell Wilson was asked, hey, do you like playing in the snow? He said usually it's wind that's a problem.
Yeah.
Wind.
Is it supposed to be windy?
I don't think so.
Hopefully there's a win.
Win. Yeah, that's his son.
Defense. I don't know.
Yeah.
Shout out to Liz Gerald.
Of course. The community department doing some very nice work.
Yeah. I believe there was
this holiday season.
Thunder holiday party.
Thunder?
Yes.
The horse.
The horse. Not Miles.
No.
Thunder.
Yeah, the horse.
For the Boys and Girls Clubs of Metro Denver.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to our friend Ben Swanson, Phil.
Yeah, we miss him this time.
He's an unsung hero.
That is true. Well, he's sort of...
We kind of sing about him all the time.
We sing his praises.
But he was recognized this week for being one of the greatest employees.
He was recognized this week, yes.
Yeah.
They give him a nice little DeMarcus Ware.
Oh, yeah. And a certificate.
Signed. And a certificate?
I think it says Photo Boy under his name.
Really?
Yeah. Ben Swanson, Photo Boy.
And did he paint the DeMarcus? There were some rumors that he painted the DeMarcus painting, and then they gave it back to him.
We should... this has been a hot topic of conversation around the office, Phil.
Oh, yeah.
There was a nice white elephant gift exchange.
Oh, that's true. White elephant,
for the company,
for our department.
Ben Swanson brought a gift and then chose his own gift.
Oh, my gosh. And he did admit later that he regretted the decision.
Yeah, so
we knew ahead of time what he was putting into the pile.
Yeah.
And
there were probably 40 gifts available. He chose his own gift.
Later on, I think he was like, maybe in the late 20s, early 30s situation.
Yeah, I think so.
He went out there and picked his own thing.
Ridiculous.
That's a no-no.
And we booed him.
And we booed.
Yeah.
And then we said that's how you can get dangerously, permanently kicked off the neutral zone.
Yeah.
Doing a stunt like that.
And then somebody stole it away from him.
Then he got,
which served him right.
It was fitting.
Yeah.
It was fitting. So
chime in. Let us know. Do you think that's
wrong?
Yeah.
Really. You cannot choose your own white elephant gift.
That's
just sort of a part of the rules.
Went up there. I knew which gift our friend Ike had purchased.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was, but I knew he'd purchased it. And I purposefully chose that one.
Came through.
And
he came through a
that
big
was,
pile of gold.
yeah, wasn't my best
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
So
I came away with a nice tumbler.
yeah,
Yeah, I came away with a nice tumbler.
like a tumbler.
It was nice. Tumbler. Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah,
I
nice.
enjoy the white elephant.
I do too.
It's a little bit more fun than a Secret Santa, I think.
Yeah,
But
Secret Santa can
dangerous.
be a little awkward.
Yeah, you're like, this is what I got
Like,
you.
oh,
And you're
yeah.
like, you don't know me at all.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. You think I would like this?
yeah.
Yeah.
What are you
that could
trying to
be-
say?
Yeah. Yeah, let's do the white elephant. Much better.
Much
much better. So some nice shout outs there. Of course, shout out to Nikola Jokic. Bringing joy.
Right.
They play the Warriors on Christmas Day.
Enjoy this holiday season.
Yeah.
Yeah. Will you be watching Nuggets
Warriors.
Warriors, or will you be watching like who plays?
I'm not sure. I'll be watching Nuggets Warriors.
You
though.
will be?
Yeah. That's a nice early one, Eric. Normally they let the Nuggets play on Christmas, but it's like the 8:30 tip off. And you're like, what?
You don't want to
This
watch.
one is a 12:30.
Okay, right in the middle of Raiders Chiefs.
Ooh, division game.
Yeah.
Maybe I get the
Dual
dual
screen.
The dual.
Yeah.
YouTube TV offers the dual.
Oh, not a sponsor. Let's watch out here.
That's an NFL sponsor.
But is it a Broncos
So-
sponsor? Not a neutral zone sponsor, is it?
I don't know.
Paramount
know.
Plus. There you go.
There you go. Anyway, you can get the dual, but you can't choose exactly what you want on each
Yeah,
screen.
that doesn't make sense.
It's been predetermined.
I don't like that.
Yeah. But maybe they'll have this as an option.
Yeah, maybe it's like Nuggets and Bluey on the other screen.
Bluey could be nice too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Options for the whole family.
That's true.
Yeah. No one gets upset.
No one. Everyone's happy.
Yeah. Anyway, we hope that you have a very happy holiday and you've enjoyed this show.
I sure
This
have.
was a festive one.
Oh,
You put this on, fire up.
a lot of football in this
Turn
one. I
on
would
the
say.
Yule log.
Yep. Looks
The
just
Yule
like
log.
your Noel
My
cake or
bouche de
something.
Noel. Bouche de
Yeah.
Noel. I also learned that
The
this week.
tush bush.
There you go. It took a while. Yeah.
This
You could've done
first time I
bouche-
couldn't do it. Second time, yes.
You could have also gone with bouche push.
Yeah, that's true.
Bouche push push. Yeah.
I think tush bush de Noel is good.
Yeah. I also learned this week the Yule log. The goal was to have it stay like lit the whole night, and if it made it through the whole night of Christmas, the next morning, if it was still going, they thought that those ashes were good luck.
Oh,
Yeah. But if the Yule log burnt out and did not make it,
bad.
sort of a bad luck
Like
sort
a
of
Groundhog
situation.
Day situation.
Yeah.
But without the fire.
So I learn a little
That's
something
nice.
every year.
nice.
One thing every year. I
One
learn.
year.
Some people say every day. I do
You
the one
do
year.
one a year. Yeah.
that's
and
what I try.
You used yours on the Yule log.
And then this way I manage expectations.
Yep.
So
That's true. That's smart.
I was getting nervous because it's all the way to December now. And I was like,
I
am I going to
agree.
learn my thing this year or not? And I did.
I'm happy for you. I'm
Thank
proud of you.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to do it for us. Happy holidays. For Aric DiLalla, I am Phil Milani. You've been listening to
Neutrals.